Hello, I'm Robert, and today I'm going to talk about GameMaker. I'll be focusing on GameMaker 2, but most things also apply for GameMaker 1. So I'm going to start out with the pros. It's very good for beginners because it uses JavaScript, which is one of the easiest programming languages to learn. Well, it doesn't use JavaScript, but the programming language, which is GML, is based on JavaScript. It's pretty much like JavaScript with a few added functions. So it's very easy to learn. After watching a few tutorials of GameMaker, you'll probably be able to code many things. It also has a very good pixel art making system, and especially in GameMaker 2, they really made that so good. It's very nice. However, I don't really use it because I actually use other programs. Normally I use Sprite for making pixel art, and for the tiles I use Pixel Edit, which is a very good program. However, it is a good addition if you just are doing some sort of prototype, or if you're a programmer and don't want to download any other programs. It's good for any kind of 2D games. However, in my opinion, I feel like it's way better for top-downs because the AIs that you can make in platformers are a bit more complicated. Actually, we've published a tutorial series of platformer AIs with pathfinding. Pathfinding is just a function that doesn't really work very well in platformers, so that's why we made that tutorial. It also has a really good tiling system, and pretty much what tiles are like little pieces that you use kind of to like make an environment. So like you can make a grass tile and add a few buildings on top, and it will look really nice, and you can do that very quickly. It's probably one of the best engines for 2D games. So if you just want to make 2D games, I would probably stick with this engine. However, it can also make 3D games, but not like a conventional 3D game. More like in the style of Doom or Wolfenstein, which are the old ones, of course, which are really retro looking, obviously. And they do look nice, and it makes for a pretty original game, although it's probably something you won't get into. At least I haven't tried it myself. And well, I'm going to now start with some of the cons. So for me, the biggest con is the price. You do have to pay for it. It's a shame it's not free. How I bought it was through Humble Bundle. There was a Humble Bundle for GameMaker stuff, and I got GameMaker 1 for $15, which is a steal. If you find a deal like that, just buy it, even if you are not going to use it right away. Just make sure you buy it because it's a steal. And when GameMaker 2 got released, since I had GameMaker 1 with a lot of modules and stuff, I was able to get GameMaker 2 on a really good discount. I think I only paid $60. I believe right now the price is $100, and you can for GameMaker 2, and you can only publish games for PCs and Mac and Linux, I believe. Although you might have to buy some modules for those, which I think are ridiculous. So if you want to, for example, publish on iOS or Google Play, you have to pay $100 more just to publish the game, which I think it's ridiculous. It also has a few bugs which are very frustrating, although sometimes you can just figure it out, or just contact Yo-Yo Games, and sometimes they'll answer you, or just go on the forums and ask. And also, it's only for 2D games, so if you want to make also 3D games or something like that, a more complete package would be Unity. However, I don't think it's very powerful, and it is good, especially if you're making small games, don't get me wrong. But if you want to make something more photorealistic, I would definitely try out Unreal, which is free. Unity, there is a free version, but you have to pay a monthly subscription, which, I mean, if you are in a company or something like that, of course, why I would definitely buy it. But if you're as a hobby or something like that, it's a shame, to be honest. In Unreal Engine, the only thing you have to pay are royalties if you are selling your game, which I think are about 5%, but that's for a completely different video. So if you only want to make 2D games and you have some Christmas money to spend, just make sure to go buy Game Maker. It's worth it, trust me. You'll probably get a few games out of it without a lot of work. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or any doubts or anything, make sure to comment down below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.